It's New Year's Eve in Bogota, Colombia. While many people are getting ready to spend that night with their families, Carlos Enrique is alone on the streets. The last thing his family wants is to see him. Carlos Enrique is a drug addict, and this is his story. How often do you use drugs, Carlos?
Every day. Everything I get is for drugs. All the money I get is for drugs. Everything. One becomes a slave to this. When you wake up, your body asks for it. I always wake up without energy, and only when I do drugs do I feel relieved and ready to work. It's a plague. It's like the worst curse.
But his life hasn't always been this way. In fact, he used to have a reputable job in a hospital right in the heart of the city. So how did he go from being respectable to becoming a drug addict?
My friendships led me to alcohol and drugs. It was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday just drinking with my friends. I used to drink a lot. It went from there to here before I could realize I was already trapped in this.
Carlos Enrique is not unique. He's just one of the many homeless people battling drug addiction in Bogota. Although the city spends 15 billion pesos just in rehab, the efforts don't seem to add up. Around 9,000 street dwellers have tried hallucinogens in the past year, but only 87 have been rehabilitated. The results are shockingly depressing, considering that an official census estimated that in Bogota, 94% of the 9,614 inhabitants of the city have admitted to consuming some kind of drug. For Carlos, this is a hopeless reality that he deals with every day. But there was a day when he hit rock bottom. It was the day when his brother died of a drug overdose in front of him. The same brother that he introduced to drugs.
He fell deep into drugs from seeing me do drugs. He lost the control in 12 years of his life. He died on me right there, very close to here, in front of a photocopy store. He was getting high. He tried too much and he died. We went to the hospital. He was in a coma, so many machines around him. I stayed for the prayer, but I couldn't handle more, so I left. I feel lonely. It should have been me.
For Carlos, drug addiction might seem hard to overcome, but there are those who have. It's a house that very few would differentiate from the rest on this picturesque street of Bogota. But for those who enter without hope and leave with a plan for the future will never forget this house. Hogar Renacer is one of the many shelters or rehab facilities funded by the government to help battle drug addiction in the city. Their staff director, Ruben Cordobas Campos, explained the services the shelter provides.
Clothes, healthy food, healthcare, group talks for them and their families, psychologists.
Jorge Eliezer Bravo's only goals were to make enough for his daily dose. After taking the program, his goals have taken a different direction, a more meaningful one.
My aspirations are to start living life for the first time, get my job back, and reconnect again with society. Not so much to prove others, but to prove myself that I can do it. If you can't prove yourself, you can change, you will fall again.
Life is all about making decisions. Will Carlos give himself a second chance, or will he die like his brother? We'll never know. For Spoke TV, I'm Paula Sierra.